brother. All right, bro. Cool. So, I don't know what to say.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
The MegaMen's here. We're gonna do tonight 20th year anniversary. Up in Solstice. We got a nice couple of treats we're gonna give you, and we're gonna go into some, I'm not even gonna say.
All right, I'm DJ Dimension.
Big Will Rosario.
All right, and we are the MegaMen. We've been going strong over 20 years. When did we meet?
94.
About 1994.
94.
Yep. It was actually, we met at Davey Deck's studio. Big Will comes in, and I always remember because he had like the futuristic phones.
Hey, that's when the vinyl was paying and the record labels were paying. That's why it was different.
Right.
Different time.
At that time, he was, Will was, and it still is, but at that time, pioneer in the music scene, especially in the underground, coming on Strictly Rhythm and Nervous Records. So when we met, you know, I can right away see that, you know, I can see the style, and it was kind of relative to what I was thinking about with my music production and kind of combining styles of house music and hip-hop urban culture. Not necessarily hip-hop, so to speak, like 90s hip-hop, but more of the culture as far as like b-boy and, you know, taking it back to like the roots of the culture and stuff like that. So I don't want to keep talking. Maybe you want to tell us about back in the day.
I try not to produce whatever's out there, but you do get inspired from what you hear. Got into DJing when I was 13, and I started with my first 12s I saved, had a part-time job, and I said, let me try this out. And from there was history. I wanted to do production. Met Kenny Dope. I believe I was 19, I was 20. Kenny used to work at a record store up in Brooklyn. David Carter introduced me. He told me to get an SP1200 machine. He said, that's all you need. You got all the pieces, but it's not coming out too tight. So I saved, got that, and the rest was history. That machine, I can't even tell you how many records I did with that machine. And that's when I met you. I would go to Dave's house. Dave used to tell me about you. Oh, my man Dimension's here, you should come down. We're vibing. You know, Dave's house is a special house because he opens his door and he vibes there, and everybody's just been tuning and, you know, listening to music. It's like you're really like a lounge / production lab, right? So when you invite everybody to meet everybody, Dave is that type of person, and to this day he's like that.
Right. It was like it was a hub for us and a lot of up-and-coming producers in New York at that time. And then there was, you know, some of the hip-hop guys that they would collaborate with would also be there. So we created a unique blend coming out of Queens. I was up-and-coming DJ. I was already DJing maybe about 6 or 7 years. I slowly started to break into the scene. Right away jumped into like some special things, but taking dance music into different areas of New York where it wasn't normally accepted. So say like in Queens or like in the Bronx areas where it wasn't like the Village or the meatpacking district, so like the Tunnel, the Sound Factory, that's where everybody went. Right. So I was kind of taking it into different places, but then it was starting to generate. We did parties for the Green Dogs, something where Todd Terry made an appearance. This was like during the mid-90s. And then I broke into more of the underground scene in New York, into the gay scene, to where Willie Ninja, we collaborated with him on an event, and that's in '97 I met Mood to Swing. I met Lem Springsteen from Mood to Swing, and I was a studio assistant. Basically, I'll run, you know, they'll do remixes for King Grit, Francois K, whoever it was. And so I would run the DATs, the bass hit, strictly rhythm. Wow. That was my job.
Come on.
The MegaMen thing started to spin out a little bit more. We came up with the name. It was probably around 97. We had pressed up acetate, and that's kind of like one record where you can probably play it like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
And we were at a pool hall in New York City. And then we were playing pool. There's a pool table right over here. And I remember it vividly. We were like, Will was like, yo, what should we call ourselves? So we were like, yo, call ourselves the MegaMen. And that's when it was born. And then it started to spiral. We made up some demos, during one of those remix runs to strictly rhythm, and then give her the tape, and she gave us a call a couple of days later. And then the MegaMen was officially born.
We used to see Atomic Babies and Mingin FS, the way they would combine those sounds. And they used to do it live too. And this is before native instruments and all these things. This is when you have to put these pieces together, and actually sync them up MIDI or whatever you have to do. And these guys are doing improvs but live. And this guy was scratching, playing breakbeat, going into a house set. To me, it was fresh. And then just to see the people, the way they received it, meant that there's no barriers. In the music, you can make whatever you want to feel.
In 1999, William has Sweatin Records, so we put out an EP, self-press.
Self-press, we put our stickers on ourselves, whatever we had to do. 2,000 copies, they sold pretty well. That's when the vinyls were starting to drop off. That's when it started to happen. And then everybody was getting scared about it, and they were saying it's not gonna happen. And he mentioned the MP3, and I was listening to his far side because he always has good insight. So I said, okay, let's try it. Remember you said, it's gonna change. We was never scared of to evolve, even musically. When we stopped using MPC and 1200, the computer programs came over, remember? And we didn't know which one to go. You had Reason, you had Live, you didn't know what to do, Cakewalk, and we were like, I don't know which one to do. So I would just look at people and see which ones look simple to me. Not in a simple way as in, because I'm an audio engineer, I have an audio engineer degree, but I wanted to see what can do something as in fast. You have an idea, and you can do it quick. Because sometimes you're staring at the computer and it keeps locking up, and then your sample's gone already. You know what I'm saying? You're like, I can't, it messes up the whole structure of production.
I couldn't help but notice how expertly your fingers move those records. You give them so much attention. The lows, so low. The mids, the high, they make me so happy. The pitch, the cross fader, I like that. So much.
Reeling it back like around the early 2000s, the MegaMen started to emerge. That's when we started playing in Miami.
Yep.
And we got a residency down there. During that time, around 2001, we played at Winter Music Conference. We continued to go. We started to develop a sound called Ghetto Soul, and then we created a show from that where we would play live, 4 turntables. We'll have artists come on, improv, or while we're flooring with us while we're DJing and keeping 4 turntables in sync. We were one of the first, we could say the first to...
I think, from what I'm looking online, 2001, there was no live streaming of videos. And Gambino,
Downshift Radio.
Downshift Radio, he started it.
Right.
That was 2001, right?
2001. It was like a week or two after the 9/11.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was a time where it was memorable because New York was sad at that time.
Yeah.
You know, so for us it felt like an expression, you know, and being able to provide music online to help, you know, like heal wounds just for feeling good, you know, through the music.
Through the music, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember making like some type of intro where it referenced 9/11, you know, and enemies attacking us and stuff like that.
I remember.
You remember that?
I remember.
Yeah. And so we did that, and it did really good. It became a CD compilation series for the Ghetto Soul Session. From that, we were able to play at Virgin Megastore and Virgin Union Square, you know, to that degree.
That was grand.
Yeah.
That was grand. That was the main store. And for them to just see that, you know, it was amazing.
Yeah, it was
amazing.
And it was really cool to be like, you know, have club kids come up to us and, oh, I got the CD, and you're asking for an autograph, and you're like, you know, what's going on here? You know? So you know, that was a really, really, really cool experience. In 2003, situation happened in my life where a lot of different energies was going on at the same time, and I suffered a near-death experience, which put a pause on the MegaMen project. Because after that, I needed to recover, and I suffered 300 stitches to my head, and at that time it created a lot of turbulence in my life.
When that happened to him, he needed the space to get his life together, you know. You need to reevaluate your life. He almost lost his life that night, you know? So, me as a human being, not only just as a selfish producer, I said, okay, you know what, take your time. I mean, you said, I'm gonna go to Arizona. I said, do what you gotta do, because the music is always there.
And a special thing happened. Next Dimension Music was born.
Transform.
I was one of the first labels to get a digital distribution deal directly with Beatport. And I was doing that independently. At the same time, Will was in New York, and then he started to get a little bit more into his hip hop realm, stuff like that.
Yeah, I was doing more stuff for AV8, but then the wax stopped, so AV8 wasn't really giving deals like that. So then I figured I'll make a breaking label myself. So I made a breakbeat label called Breakin Necks, and I put out some of the classic stuff and some new stuff, new and improved stuff. We also use like breakdancing tracks. It's not just your average breakbeats. So I started doing that, zoned in on the label Sweatin Records. So we took care of that, and we kept in touch. I did the label thing. I kept producing for Nervous, and other new labels were coming up. Todd Terry had a label, he still does, it's called In-House Records, but he started revamping the music. So I had called Todd one day, and I wasn't even close to Todd like that, but I knew the affiliation. And I told him, listen, I got an idea. I wanted to do a Day in the Life remix. And the Day in the Life you can't really touch, because that's like a really grand record from Todd. So I gave it to him, but you know, my scrunched teeth. You know, like, I hope he likes it. You know, it was the first time. I don't want to, you know, want him to think that I'm trying to change his classic, but Todd's a very open-minded person and very humble. So he took that, he said, oh, I love it. And he pressed it, and it also came out worldwide. So I was more just trying to revamp and meet the pioneers and just keep in tune with the music when I came back, but doing my own thing. And, you know, the MegaMen was still there. You know, we would still talk, but musically, we wasn't ready.
Right.
We wasn't ready. And,
technology changed, and it was harder for us to put projects together in the same way that we did, which was based on feeling.
Right.
You know, going in, playing live, and editing afterwards. And so it became a little bit more, it became different. When we checked the timeline, we've probably gone maybe 1 or 2 years in the 20-year span without a release. So we've always stayed consistent
Right.
In our game. And and going back to Todd Terry has always been a supporter. We opened up for him
Yeah.
at Central Fly during Media Music Expo. What was that, maybe in 2003?
Around there.
2003.
Yeah, I was at 2003.
And we had maybe 2,000 or 3,000 people in front of us, and we were kind of the new guys, and we were on stage. We were on basically this rocket ship of DJ equipment, and we were wrecking shop. Todd Terry, those people, waiters and stuff, walking behind us, people talking and stuff, and kind of we're not the main attraction. So Todd stops everybody. Yo, everybody back up. He backed up the spot, and we were just destroying it. At that moment, it was like the stamp of approval. We're here to let you know that we are the best MegaMen on the planet.
That's it. Take a look and see what we're about and who we really are.
Right.
Tonight, we're going to give you a glimpse of where we left off, but onto another form, because with all the technology and the music that's out now, we still put our ear to the street. It's not we playing 90s house all night.
Right.
We twist it up. We play everything. So when you come into a MegaMen show, be prepared to be also educated in music. We're not just gonna play everybody's record that they're playing and the other DJs playing the top 10 on track. So I'm gonna be honest, that's great. Some DJs are up and coming, that's what they gotta do.
The definition of MegaMen and Ghetto Soul is it's a movement, it's a vibration. It's more than just Dimension and Big Will. It becomes a different energy.
Yeah, it does.
Where it can't be duplicated. You can copy a name. You can copy anything these days and cut and paste it.
Right.
You can make anything with a font or a logo. But what they say, the cream rises to the top.
Exactly. MegaMen is breakbeats, MegaMen is house, Afro, electro. We're all of the above. That's what MegaMen is about. We play records that are 10 years old, 15 years old, 20 years old. Mm-hmm. We got records. We make people go, oh, I haven't heard that in a long time. But we're mixing it up. So we're putting, an Afro beat with it, and we're putting it over here. And, we take a broken beat. Everything goes with us.
Right.
It's a musical journey.
It's exciting.
It is exciting. It is exciting. How long we haven't touched the stage together?
We did
some in New York.
Yeah, we did a Cosmic in New York.
We did a Cosmic in New York.
2000.
I think it was 3 years ago.
14. Yeah, 14. And then we played again in Miami. But at that time, the MegaMen full form wasn't ready. So we did DJ together.
Right.
But it wasn't at the full capacity.
Right.
So now, naturally, the universe is putting into play.
Yep.
Where we can come into full form and really have fun with it.
Exactly.
Joseph Mercado's gonna take a break today.
That's it.
Have a seat, buddy.
DJ Dimension is to form. It's a whole different thing.
Have a seat there, buddy.
That's it.
Sit down.
That's
Go
it.
get me a water.
Water sucks.
Get your shoes shine.
With MegaMen in the house, MegaMen represents from NYC, celebrating 20 years of innovation, house music, real house music, representing for real. Harlem, the Bronx, Queens, all 5 boroughs, making it happen. MegaMen.
Yes, I speak with my rhythm, speak with a frequency from space. Jano, this year a cosmic thing, connecting all the infinity to the frequency of God.
You're in the mix with non-stop body rocking DJ Big Will Rosario and DJ Dimension.
They know what is house, but they don't know what is house. Everybody shout, this is house. They know what is house, but they don't know what is house. Everybody shout, this is house. They know what is house, but they don't know what is house. Everybody shout, this is house. They know what is house, but they don't know what is house. Everybody shout, this is house. Shout, this is house. Shout, this is house. What is house, but they don't know what is house. Everybody shout, this is house. They know what is house, but they don't know what is house. Everybody shout, this is house. They know what is house, but they don't know what is house. Everybody shout, this is house. They know what is house, but they don't know what is house. Everybody shout, this is house.
Here to experience that and to show the world MegaMen are from NYC.
NYC, baby.
You know what I'm saying? Alright.
NYC. Balance in your life is important. If you want to make it in this music business, sometimes you can sacrifice, but watch what you sacrifice. You know, because not everything is, you know, baby blue, like the color you see it. You got to go through a lot of things, except for these shirts, baby. And you got to go through a lot of things to get to the, you know, the point you want to be. So keep that in mind. Music, it could be, you know, discouraging to some people when they quit. Maybe it's not built for you. It's like a career. Any career you take, you got to study for it. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you take the career and you're going out to the field, you're like, oh, I don't like this. Doesn't mean you can't change. That's what the MegaMen's about. We're about change. We're about new innovation. We're about receiving, you know, good spirits, positive energy, no negative energy. We stay away from all of that.
Right.
You know, we just focus on what we got to do and make sure our family's good, and we move forward and try to give you guys, you know, the best show and music inspiration, so you could go out and go to hear us and go back. Wow, that was a great journey.
One thing that we have that's very special happening, we have our comic book coming out. We got the MegaMen comic book, and Dimension and Big Will Rosario turn into superheroes that go into battle against EDM perpetrators. So you know that's gonna be fun, and it's done in a very creative way that captivates the imagination in a unique fashion. You know, so be prepared for that. It's illustrated by very talented Marvel and Upper Deck artist Albert Morales, who's also based here in Phoenix, Arizona, and it's going to be really dope. So we're excited for that. So we're previewing that tonight at Barsmith, and you know, it's going to be up on the wall and everything. So it's imagination coming to life. Being an advocate for people that might struggle with forms of depression or forms of mental illness, and you know, it's granted that things happen to everybody, but there's always something that we can do to help us pass those situations and get into a more positive place, whether it's through creativity, whether it's through support, whether it's meeting new people that are like-minded with you, and also protecting your energy against the elements out there that can harm you, and being aware of that. So that's part of this journey, and letting people know that there's always hope, and there's always an opportunity to continue that journey in one form or another. Don't be afraid of your dreams, and pursue what makes you happy in your heart and your desires, and watch them manifest. They'll grow.
Stay positive. Keep your circle of positive people too, because that has a lot to do with it. The negative can bring you down, or it could suck you in. You don't even realize it. Stay away from that, and everything, your goals will become, and your visions will come to pass. Will come to pass. It might not be when you want it, but it should be. It's going to be there. But you got to fight off those energies and go straight forward for what you believe in. People would think you're crazy, like you said. I was 19 years old, 20 years old. People were like, "What are you doing?" I didn't go outside. I stood home making beats. They're like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm going to get this record deal with this label because they got great producers." Just giving you a vision. 19, 20 years old. I had my first kid. I didn't know what life was about. But I still made it happen. I went to that label every day with a demo, just like he was doing. And it came to pass. And I said, if I could do it like that, imagine how far you can get if you keep doing it like that. And then I kept just going forward. And look where we're at now. 20 years later, slew of releases, slew of remixes, some things we can't even remember because we have so much content. But what I'm trying to tell you is believe in what you really want to do, and that somebody's going to see your vision. They're going to believe in what you are, and they're going to understand it. And that's when it comes to pass. You got to be patient, though. Not everybody's going to be good. You got a lot of, slick people in the music business. But just stay focused, keep your vision clear, positive energy, the way we keep it. We talk, we give each other advice, stuff like that. A friendship beside music. And, you can do anything in this world. Just stay positive and go for what you believe in.
onda que a nene le gusta mucho todo eso.
Look, I have you on the video.
You do?
Yeah, just recording.
What's up, Margie? Yep, with Dimension.
All right.
Mega Dimension. All right.